Hidden Object Guru here with a look at the Game Informer feature article on the casting of Frank Stone. I will do a more in-depth look at this later because right now I'm on deadline for a screenplay. This is going to be a fun week. But obviously I had to pause and read it, and I thought, hey, let's do that together. So, first off, Dead by Daylight is a bloody success because it wholly fulfills the grisly fantasy of every slasher flick ever made. Well, that's just wrong. Fulfills the grisly fantasy of every slasher flick ever made? Maybe. It doesn't wholly fulfill it because part of the grisly fantasy of every slasher flick ever made is defeating the killer and having the killer brutally get killed. The Friday the 13th game would let you do that. It was incredibly difficult, but it could be done. Dead by Daylight does not let you do that. So it does not wholly fulfill every grisly fantasy. But hey, that's just me. Okay. Asymmetrical multiplayer game, 8-year history. There's a whole section on Dead by Daylight we're not going to read. Interesting. I don't think the entity does trap ordinary people. I think it traps many, many extraordinary people. Okay, Killing Machines, multiple universe and media franchises, brims with intrigue. Ooh, okay. Single-player experiments, obviously. Okay, single-player game, obviously. We do love you, Supermassive Games. You were absolutely the right person to bring this to life. Behavior, they wanted to expand it beyond in-game flavor text. I completely agree with that. Okay. See, this is just a good observation, that a huge amount of the fan base just watches people play it, and a single-player game is a great way to get people invested in the universe who wouldn't ever play the actual game. All right. Ooh, Supermassive creative director Steve Goss. What did he work on? Let me just quickly check. So he's worked on everything there, but mostly he gets special thanks credits. The only game he's the design director of was, of all things, The Inpatient, a game I really like and think people need to talk more about. But so this might be his first game as creative director there? So that should be exciting. Okay. Mutual horror fans, nice. Okay. What is the best way to be able to represent a good story? I think you might have meant present, but that's me. Comfortability was a deal maker. Oh, that's nice. Of course. Oh, they're talking about Hooked on You. That was a lot of fun. I actually enjoyed being hooked on you. If you haven't played that, absolutely check it out. It's worth a buy. Okay. But as they say, this is their first canonical story that's part of it. Does this mean we're going to get confirmation that this is the first trial? Probably not. But there you go. Okay. I do like Goss points out the timing wasn't ideal to immediately begin a project. We had a lot going on at that time, he says, likely referencing the then ongoing releases of the Dark Pictures anthology. You know, you could have just asked what he meant. What do you mean likely referencing? Just ask. Anyway, sorry. I have to do an interview with Swery tonight, so I guess I'm in my head about interview protocol. But anyway, I'm interviewing Swery, my favorite the developer of my favorite video game of all time. So that's a pretty big deal. They could have gone with others. The Dark Pictures is the best. Until Dawn is the staple of this type of game. It did redefine the interactive movie genre, but just talk about House of Ashes, guys. Something like that for Dead by Daylight. Well, that's interesting. Ooh, DVD's strange lore that we have to read about in the sidebar. Okay. In this universe, this is a story. In this universe, that story is a reality. Oh, that's interesting. So, okay, this is going a little far. So Frank Stone actually existed in the city of Cedar Hills. But they're making a movie about the Frank Stone massacre, or something like it. But because we know that fictional people in one universe are real in another universe in Dead by Daylight, by making a movie, do they create a villain? Like, how do I put this? Do they create a villain for their movie based on Frank Stone that then becomes real in the world of Dead by Daylight and then works his way back into our world? That is convoluted. Sorry. In-universe rules and parameters. Oh, nice. Very malleable and capable, obviously. Dungeons and Dragons. Okay. All right. Makes DVD click. Ba, 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 ba. It must stand alone as a good horror story. Obviously. Okay. Right. Lots of talking about their importance. Ooh. So there's the pressure doing them justice. Well, it's not just the fans have already crafted their own fiction. You've created your own fiction about them. I think the thing they're not saying is, like, fundamentally, if people know this, it's not that they've created their own fiction around these characters. It's that the fans know the lore so well. If you made a game about the Trapper or the Huntress or the Doctor, you would have to work. It would be such a heavy lift to offer any surprises. But they're going to meet Frank Stone in this. That's the selling point. It's like, it's a new killer created by the Behavior Interactive people, right? It's a new original killer, just like the ones you love, but you're going to be meeting him in his own game before he hopefully makes the jump over to Dead by Daylight, which I would like to see some confirmation of here at some point. All right. Okay. References to books and movies. Okay. I love, we all knew each other's references, no matter how obscure they were. Not that you're going to mention any of them, you know? Or are they worried that they would give it away? Like, for example, if I were to tell you that, hey, people working at Supermassive Games really liked the movie The Cave, well, then you could have predicted a lot of House of Ashes. For example, exactly what the monster looks like. Works of Stephen King, Steven Spielberg. Oh, Super 8. I did like Super 8. Group of bored youths making a movie. That's nice. Okay. Oh, here we go. Dead by Daylight's lore explained. Evil in its purest form, the malevolent being invades worlds throughout the cosmos, plucking victims, The entity, because it loves playing with people. These evils aren't evil. Others may be corrupted into committing horrific acts before they're taken. Timelines across the cosmos, mishmash. Okay, yeah, no, that's stuff we already know. Fun fact. I'm pretty sure I know who the entity is, but I'll save that for another video. Jaime, Christine, Linda Castle, Robert Greene, and Bonnie Rivera. Yep. Cedar Hills. We've already known all of that. The teens, high school age, so 17, 18. Okay. So is it the summer? Are they doing this the summer before their final year of high school or the summer after their final year of high school? Okay. A fun film project goes awry. Good to know. Sharing. Okay, they don't want to share plot or character details. I knew we weren't going to get much, but hey, check it out. There's a phonograph in the game. You know me and phonographs. You might not. I haven't made a phonograph video in a while, but I've been collecting them. Okay. All right. Any character can be killed based on your decisions. Well, any playable character. I think Bonnie might be forced to survive. Okay, while character's demise is usually permanent in traditional Supermassive title, the concept of death isn't straightforward in Dead by Daylight lore. When a survivor dies, the entity revives them, wipes their memory, and places them right back at the starting campfire to begin another trial. The studios teased this concept will be explored and played with in the casting of Frank Stone. So there will be a trial? Well, okay, maybe there will be a trial. The Quarry does not have 186 endings. I've already made a video about this, and I've got a much bigger video about it coming out. But anyway. 886 endings. Come on. Casting Frank Stone includes the Pass the Controller couch co-op, of course. But does it have movie mode? Where is our movie mode? I know it can be hard to program in, but not that hard. Not as hard as, all the co-op games you've made. Anyway. Okay. Super 8 camera center. Central gameplay mechanic. Nice. Freely take out the camera and film everything, which is nice. Fully functioning camera. Capabilities evolve throughout the adventure. Cost may be the only camera players use. Storing gameplay sequences and serves the core intersection between the teams? I feel like you meant interaction between the teams. Together also becomes a point of tension if you're engaged in kind of creative, group creative exercise. People try and vie for the leadership of the group. Okay, well, I guess I was just assuming Christine was the leader because, it's a film by her. Okay. And come out the other side. Some of them wink. Again, I think my prediction is Bonnie definitely does, but that's another thing. Oh, we got to play the prologue. I'm so envious. I'm very close to Montreal, Behavior Interactive, if you need someone to come and play the prologue. So yeah. Okay. Sam Green, he is... Okay, he guarantees survive. He is Robert's dad. There you go. I mean, I don't know if he's guaranteed to survive, but we've assumed for a while he was Robert's dad. Maybe uncle. Worst case uncle. But yeah, he's Robert's dad. We've got our confirmation there. All right. Friendly but drunkard old-timer. Oh, Doberman named Merlin. Okay. Ooh, intriguing directions. Environmental clues for dialogue options. That's awesome. So kind of like, vampire or literally most branching conversation-based game. Okay, big and small. Jingle plays a new objective appears. Nice. Different types of collectibles draw direct inspiration from the game. Okay, very frustrated about that. Do you mean we're going to have a key, a map? Is it going to be that kind of thing, or is it more deeper lore kind of stuff? QuickTime event button prompts have been replaced by the skill checks. Oh no, I'm so bad at skill checks. Okay. The optimal zone results in the best possible outcome. Failing the minigame can lead to negative results. Sustaining an injury affect future interactions. Yeah, like the injury system in House of Ashes. Used signature gameplay elements to create fun overlaps between Okay. Non-scripted AI character behaviors. Contrasting usual heavily scripted behaviors of Supermassive work to bring the game more in line with... What does that mean? Explain to me what that means. What are non-scripted AI character interactions? Explain to me what you're trying to say with that. Hey, one of the first kind of creative conversations we had was, it isn't a Supermassive game, nor it's Dead by Daylight. It's a thing all to itself. Okay. Which may be, all right, we're going to have to, appear to be quite traditional Supermassive way. We've thrown away the bit of the rulebook in places. That's nice. Okay. Unreal Engine 5. Spit flying from the mouse. Thanks. Genuine emotions behind them. Okay. Exceptional lighting, blah, 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 blah. Foreboding presentation, blah, 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 blah. So yeah, here he is actually doing repairing a generator. And based on the shirt, that's obviously Jaime. Here is Sam. Sam Green? Sam Green. In his conversation with the security guard. Here is the player actually taking a video. I was about to say video. Filming the portal in the ground we've been talking about since that last trailer. So that's good. All right. Scared by anything initial segment. Okay, we've got the Horlogium. We've got the portal. Okay. Nor to encounter any of the more substantial gameplay differences. Feel distinct from Supermassive previous horror titles. It's an effective tone setter. Okay. Does that mean he didn't get to do the fight with Frank Stone? All right, here we go. Given the various directions the narrative can take, Supermassive made it easier to replace segments and see alternative outcomes. Finally! Here's confirmation the cutting room floor is the map. It displays the web of possible outcomes locked and unlocked of every narrative fork and the number of collectibles you found or can be found. There. Done. Thank you. I've literally been asking for this for 9 years, almost a decade. They're finally doing it. They're showing you the branching and inviting you to go back and experiencing the branching for yourself. I know people feel like, well, the first time you played, that's your golden path. They say there's the golden path, right? Which is everything goes great, everybody survives. But fundamentally, there's also the narrative that it's like the first time you played it, that's your game. And I get that. And I get that everyone experiences their Supermassive games slightly differently than everyone else. But I want people to be incentivized to go back and explore the breadth of these things. So much work goes into it, and so few people see all of the work that goes into it. And it's like, all Supermassive ever had to do was give us one of these charts to entice people to open up slots on a map, and boom, you're going to get people who are more engaged with the game. It's not going to be as clean as, well, however you played it, that's what really happened to you. I know they don't want definitive endings or anything like that, but encouraging people to go back and try it again and see just how unbelievably broad the storytelling is here. Anything they can do to encourage that, I'm in favor of. All right, we'll go back to what scares the dev in a minute. Casting Frank Stone allows diehards and curious newcomers to explore the beloved universe at their own pace. Aw. Instead of worrying about teaming up with questionably friendly strangers online and pulling your weight, you can soak up the closest thing to a DVD movie. Yet, aren't they working on a movie? Okay. Someone who's a big fan of Supermassive and Dead by Daylight. Okay, guilty. Fulfills the studio's promise of a unique and surprising experience. Adhere to a similar playbook. Is it going to be changing? Casting Frank Stone's not what you expect it'd be to the chaotic nature of the Dead by Daylight's universe. So, are we going to start in the future with Jacket Lady and Bonnie, and by going through Bonnie's footage, we start doing flashbacks? Right? The footage that Bonnie still has. We start doing flashbacks, and she doesn't tell you who survived, and you find out as it goes. You know? It was really cool to see how Supermassive builds their games, because their game universe is so different in terms of control and how we build up our horror. Okay, New Alice is okay. Chaos, there's no control. Well, there's a lot of control, actually, but that's another conversation. In fact, the biggest thing in the community is how much or how little control is going on, but that's another thing. New voice in the game we make, new fans, blah, 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 blah. It's a movie license. Okay. 2 different mediums, but the tension you have is okay. Dead by Daylight does that. Oh, you're right. Nice. You can turn that over and upside down, figure that out. I'm trying to figure that out. So it's kind of a growing experience. We've taken a lot from it. I love the idea, I'm trying to figure that out. No, I think you figured it out by now. The game comes out in a month and a half. Behavior, having been a work for our studio for much of its 31-year history. Wow. They really have been around forever. Got to be on the other side of the relationship for once, which has been a lesson in itself. We tried to be the client that we've always wanted to have. Oh, well, I hope they liked each other and continue working together. Oh, September 3rd. Okay, so let's check out some of the concept art. Oh, wait, first we've got Matthew Cote. Oh, he likes Cabin in the Woods. Nice. He hates terrible people. Tracy Tuft, Scream, genius. Yeah, perfect choice. Dave Richard, A24's horror film like Hereditary. Probably not going to agree with him on that one. Oh my God, they both liked Hereditary. They're both calling out. So right, 2 guys in a row can't decide, but loved Hereditary. Okay, fine. For the record, there's only one best horror movie, and there's only one valid favorite horror movie. That's John Carpenter's The Thing. You can like what you like. You can have any passion for anything you want. But the only valid thing to call your favorite horror movie or the best horror movie is John Carpenter's The Thing. Love that concept art. Bridge going into town. Even though they did not draw the river at all. They don't have to. I just think it's kind of funny how the river is just a brown wall. Not sure why he's on the wrong side of the road. That is one trashed van, too. Okay, here's the main street we love so much. That's presumably, yep, so that's the Bomb Burgers. Calhern's Pharmacy's up there. Calhern. No Afterpiece tonic ad yet. That makes this yieldy curiosity shop. Oh. Love how trashed the mill looks there. Obviously, it's gotten way more high-tech from this concept art, but it does look really good. Well, of course, we've seen this Frank Stone plenty of times. Skeptical sounds like a lot of ground to cover. Can I check your records? Oh, so he thinks that Tom, the security guard, doesn't check the place every night. Oh, Tom! That's who came up in the... Okay. All right, the disagreement with Tom is a disagreement with the security guard. Sam, disagreement with Tom, and this is Sam and Tom. Okay, there you go. All right. So that answers a question about a scene. So the scene in the shed that we saw the file names of. Sam and Tom. Okay. And there's Jaime. We already saw this working on a generator to repair it. Oh, generator repair. And of course, it's my beloved phonograph. Picture might be a reference. Picture might be a reference. There's the box she's going to find the camera in, maybe? Because it's in the camera section, as you can see. Okay? Bunch of cameras all around here. All right. And, of course, Cedar Steel Corporation. Oh, a lot of people are going to get killed there. Ooh, the woods. All right, so this was the Game Informer article. I'm really glad I had a chance to look at this, but I have to get back to writing a movie. Wish me luck. It's going great. Seriously, though, if you have any questions, if you have any comments, if you would like to suggest your own theories about what they're going to be doing in Frank Stone, drop in the comment section below the video. I'm going to be back here very soon for a more thorough look and see if I can mine any extra details that we haven't already seen out of this article and the pictures included. Maybe there's other stuff in Game Informer about Frank Stone. I guess we'll find out as we go. Play my game, Clown in the Woods. I will see you back here for more Frank Stone as information becomes available and, once I'm finished the script. But until then, I'll say that's right. Au revoir.